Are you part of a nonprofit organization, a youth group looking to raise cash for your cause? Stay tuned at the end of this video to learn how you can bring the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation to your town live, featuring the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Join WWE and Mattel's efforts in helping the Make-A-Wish Foundation by purchasing this special edition John Cena action figure exclusively at Toys R Us. This WWE Celebrates the Heroes figure was designed by Make-A-Wish child Alex, who had his own wish granted by John Cena. Proceeds from this figure will benefit Make-A-Wish in granting wishes to kids around the globe. The John Cena Make-A-Wish action figure will be available exclusively at Toys R Us stores nationwide beginning August 15th, and you can pre-order yours now at toysrus.com.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there, live.
Wrestling fans from around the corner and around the world, welcome to another installment of Wrestling Insiders from MWF Studios just north of Boston in downtown Melrose, Mass. in the zip code of champions 02176.
Let's run down the results from the WWE SummerSlam Heatwave Tour live event at the Augusta Civic Center in Augusta, Maine, Saturday, August the 12th, 2017, featuring the superstars of Monday Night Raw. Many thanks go out to our friends at WWE for not only having us as their guests here in Augusta, but for 4 straight nights of live action we'll be reviewing this week, but for putting us in the front row dead center. Thoroughly enjoyed watching the show from that point of view amongst what had to have been at least a 95% capacity crowd. In the opening contest, it was the Hardy Boys and Finn Balor defeating Elias, Don't Call Me Samson, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. What a reaction for the Hardys and Finn. This match set a great tone for the night's event. Finn used the coup de grace on Carl Anderson to score the pin and secure the victory for the good guys. I noticed a lot of fans wearing Finn's merchandise in the crowd and purchasing it at the souvenir stands. Very happy for Finn's success here in WWE. One of my favorites to ever compete in our Millennium Wrestling Federation way back in 2005 under his real name of Fergal Devitt, a very good human being overall. The Hardy Boys' reaction continues to be off the charts. In my opinion, they don't need the Broken Hardys Halloween costume comedy nonsense. There's a lot more money to be made being portrayed the way they are now, especially when Jeff Hardy branches off to have the proverbial dream match pay-per-view singles matches as time goes on. Goldust defeated R-Truth. This was really short, sweet, and to the point, with Goldust using the ropes for leverage. With both of these men much closer to the end than the beginning, it makes much more sense to put them in tag team matches on the road so they don't have to take the brunt of the bumps. And especially with Goldust, I'd put him in singles matches on live events with younger guys that are fresh up from NXT that could really learn a lot by working with Goldust night in, night out. Having Goldust and Truth work each other is going to lead to some uninspiring matches to just fill spots on the show. In a SummerSlam preview match, WWE Cruiserweight Champion Neville retained the title over Akira Tozawa. I enjoyed this match a bunch. Both guys were out there working very hard. Neville's work has been great since he turned heel at Roadblock last December. Tozawa has been one of the highlights on the all-but-dead 205 Live Cruiserweight division. The 205 Live show needs a major dose of adrenaline to get people watching and engaged more than they are right now. Tozawa has been one of the better challenges for Neville since Neville won the title at the Royal Rumble. It'd be interesting to see if Tozawa is able to wrest the title from Neville at SummerSlam. Up next was a non-title match as Enzo Amore cut a funny promo on Big Cass talking about Moose. On the highway, he tried to avoid from getting to Bangor to Augusta the previous night. Big Cass hit the ring and laid out Enzo. There was no referee. It wasn't a match. It was a good angle that put over Cass as a big bully as he prepares to face the Big Show at SummerSlam. I continue to believe that these two were separated too soon. I know Enzo is a merchandise seller. I understand that. But once his promo is over and the bell rings, it's the end. He's nothing spectacular move for move. Big Cass has great size. He has the look to be one of the top players in WWE, but he still isn't in the world's greatest shape. His mic skills are iffy, and his in-ring work isn't anything special at this point. Cass would benefit from having a heel manager to help the cause, and I think Enzo would be excellent in that role of trying to piss off the fans and piss off Cass's opponents. We'll see if they ever do reunite as time goes on. In another hot match, it was Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose almost blowing the roof off of the Augusta Civic Center. The almost reunited Shield defeated Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas of the Miztourage. Augusta was white hot for Rollins and Ambrose together, who at this point are slated to face Cesaro and Sheamus for the Raw Tag Team titles at SummerSlam. When WWE goes full-blown with the Shield reunion, they're going to be able to print money off of the merchandise because the fans are more than ready. Where Survivor Series is being given a boost is one of the big fours that are going to have 4-day weekends of events. Wouldn't it be great to have Roman Reigns added to what Rollins and Ambrose are doing in November? Maybe having a fourth man added to a Survivor Series team. Maybe if WWE decides to pull the trigger on Roman Reigns against John Cena at WrestleMania 34 in New Orleans, maybe having Cena added to a Shield team in an 8-man tag, start a little tension that could build into a physical confrontation at the Royal Rumble, leading to a Reigns-Cena match. Now, that's just the Marathi magic pencil. I have not been given any indication that that is going to happen. Just a thought out there that I think would be of interest to the fans. How great is it to see the elevation of Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel? Dallas continues to impress me very much when I see him competing in person. He does so many of the small things in the right ways that don't always show up on WWE television or on things that the fans would recognize through their eyes. The comedy version of Believe and Social Outcasts may have been good for a chuckle, but long term, there ain't no money in funny. The more aggressive, serious, engaged Dallas is going to make WWE money and add value to their roster and their live event shows. I'd like to put together a debate video with John Cena Sr. sometime soon. I don't even know what Johnny thinks of Dallas either way, but him and I having those little debates usually make for some good wrestling conversation. I continue to look forward to see what Bo Dallas does next. In a special attraction match, free agent John Cena defeated SmackDown Live's Rusev. John Cena Sr. was on location in Nice, France. He missed the event. Both guys worked very hard in this one. The crowd continued to be hot for this loaded lineup. Funny enough, on the SmackDown brand live event in Tampa, Florida, you had Universal Champion Brock Lesnar taking on Samoa Joe representing Monday Night Raw in a special attraction match there. You can see the fans are turning the corner on John Cena, shining away from the, Cena sucks chants, and now they rally behind the man that's become not a WWE superstar, not a WWE legend, but John Cena is a WWE icon. He's not going to be around week in and week out forever. He's not going to be working a steady dose of non-televised events. My suggestion to you, much like I would have made to WWE fans a decade ago when it came to The Undertaker, is to go out and see John Cena live while you still have the chance. It's a magical experience that many of the younger fans especially are never going to forget. After intermission, Sasha Banks, Mickie James, and Dana Brooke defeated the Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss, Nia Jax, and Emma. The match was fine. The young girls in attendance really enjoyed it. The rest of the fans kind of seemed indifferent after the ring introductions. Alexa Bliss is just so good in so many different ways. I enjoy her work in the ring. I'm happy that WWE puts the women in these 6-man tag team matches on the road to limit the amount of bumps their smaller bodies are taking night in and night out. Professional wrestling hurts, folks. Don't let the narrative of fake fool you. And these ladies, they're not as thick and big as the men. Saving the brunt of the abuse for their television and pay-per-view matches only makes sense for their longevity. Look at Bayley right now, who lost out on her chance to compete for the women's title at SummerSlam. Raw Tag Team Champions Cesaro and Sheamus retained the titles over Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews. Match was quick, which was probably for the best. Apollo puts forth a true effort. He's a hard worker out there. Titus O'Neil, dear Lord, everything that man does in the ring looks like he's almost doing it underwater in a swimming pool other than his chops. It's bad. To his credit, Titus has really found his footing as the leader of the Titus brand in recent time. I love his interactions almost as an agent for Akira Tozawa. Fine win for the champions here as they prepare for their big title match at SummerSlam against Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. In the main event, Roman Reigns defeated Braun Strowman via disqualification. I love the match, but I hate disqualification finishes. They very easily could have made this a tables match or some sort of gimmick where Strowman didn't exactly have to take a pinfall in losing to Roman to send the fans home happy. As I said, inches from these two behemoths, let me tell you, you could feel the intensity. It was great. To me, Strowman and Reigns is the feud of the year this far in WWE. They've been in each other's orbit since the Royal Rumble back in January when Strowman interfered in Reigns' title match with Kevin Owens. Reigns and Strowman will be 2 of the 4 men in the Universal Championship match at SummerSlam that includes the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar and Samoa Joe this Sunday night. but I still feel there's more story between these two that can be told without boring the fans, like many feuds that have no sizzle behind them. Roman gets a lot of boos, but I continue to ask this, just like I used to with John Cena. When was the last time Roman Reigns had a bad match? Tell me. I want to know. Overall, I thought this was an outstanding live event from top to bottom. I was very happy to be there. I didn't even mind the 3 hours from Boston to Augusta in the traffic, then the ride home. Sure seemed like the fans on hand had a great time. I really liked the venue. It was a very nice place. They don't even charge for parking at the Augusta Civic Center. How about that? 2 nights later at the TD Boston Garden, they charged $40. In Augusta, Maine, it was free. Nice people that worked at that venue, too. They went out of their way to take care of us as their guests. I look forward to going to Augusta if WWE is there next year. I enjoyed the visit. WWE live event tickets, fans, they're a great value when you compare them to other major league sports and entertainment options. It's as engaging as it gets. I attended my first live wrestling event back in August of 1986 at the old Boston Garden and still enjoy the rush of the fans live in the crowd. I know there are some modern day fans, for some reason, that are called internet fans or internet wrestling community or something like that. They have a negative opinion of certain aspects of WWE television programs, but I'll tell you this, no matter what your thought on a WWE television program may be, or the writing, or the booking, or however you want to say it, you will thoroughly enjoy a WWE live non-televised event. They are heavy on wrestling content, very light on skits and promos, and you'll enjoy yourself. Give it a shot if you haven't been to one, in a while. The great state of Maine usually gets its WWE live event fix in the summertime, but there will be live events throughout New England in both September and December for both the Raw, SmackDown, and NXT brands. Visit WWE.com for complete information on how you can be part of the action live and in person, up close and personal. Fans, I got to ask you this. If you were in Augusta, Maine live, share your thoughts on this event in the comment section below. I'd love to hear it. The Millennium Wrestling Federation's 15th anniversary tour begins this fall and rolls into 2017 throughout New England, down the East Coast, and into the Carolinas. If your nonprofit organization is looking for an interactive, turnkey experience while putting the fun into fundraising, you've met the perfect tag team partner. MWF offers a variety of packages for groups of almost any size. From our live events at the Boston Garden, the Kowloon Entertainment Dining Complex, and the legendary Suffolk Downs, to high school gyms and function halls, we've presented live events everywhere. Since 2001, the MWF's mission has been simple: keep the kids off the streets. Under the leadership of President Dr. David Reese, we bring the superstars of yesterday, today, and tomorrow to your town, not for a quote-unquote wrestling show, but an event that features action-packed in-ring wrestling, autograph and pose photo opportunities, question and answer sessions, and much more. It is the best of sports and entertainment. The week of your event, we can add on to the endeavor with anti-bullying campaigns, library meet and reads, youth sport concussion seminars, and more. Our live events are fit for fans of every age, from 5 to 95. This fall, as part of our new Kids Club program, we offer live event experiences exclusively for the youngest of fans. On the flip side, we can also produce a tailor-made event for fans of an older demographic as well. We work with you every single step of the way to get the word out to fans near and far, on our local television offerings, and to over 50,000 fans and growing on our social media platform. Your success is our success. If your group has had enough of boring candy bar and wrapping paper sales and has the energy to team with our passionate fan base, bringing the MWF experience to your community is the answer to put smiles on faces while raising cash for your cause. Contact us today to get the ball rolling for your custom-made event that you'll want to bring back year after year. Don't just take it from us. Here are folks we've teamed with in the past.